Hello and welcome to an episode of Clark Talks About Things and Stuff, where I talk about things and stuff. When you get engrossed in a new franchise, you typically want to see what the community does with that property. Stuff like fan art, parody cartoons, scarring fan fiction, the usual. One facet that is incredibly common in these kinds of communities is songwriting. Whether it be original compositions or remixes of music from whatever property we're talking about, you're gonna see it regardless. Enter a specific YouTuber, Alex Day. He is a singer-songwriter and was an original YouTuber. I say that because he made an account back in 2006. However, around October 8th, 2014, he got caught up around in a sex scandal, and he tried to make a return back to YouTube, but thanks to the scandal, had to delete his entire channel. It's been deleted for like 7 years now, so I don't know if we'll see him come back anytime soon. Regardless, after I played my first Pokemon game, Pokemon Black, I became engrossed in the Pokemon fandom, and I found a song by Alex titled Pokemon What Happened to You. This song back in the day captivated me, and because of it, I bought the entire album for the high price of $2.97, which is the same price if you bought all 3 songs individually. I must say, you did a great job, Alex, with your business module, I must say. Surprisingly, Alex Day is not a video game singer-songwriter like DA Games, JT Machinima, or Men on the Internet. He mainly talked about video games in a more general sense, with this being the only real opportunity of him making songs about specific topics. I've been meaning to make a video about this song for forever, but since I recently got 50 subscribers, I'm dedicating to this. This has been in the years making. It's been years. So why delay the inevitable any further? Let's take a look at Pokemon What Happened to You. Except I can't. Why? Well, because I need to mention 2 things. 1, be prepared for this video to be stupidly detailed, as I will tear down this song sentence by sentence, because this guy gets so much wrong in just little than 3 minutes. Secondly, Alex decided to make this song impossible to listen to for the first 15 seconds. I'll showcase what I mean. Alright, so here is my dumb, moronic piece of shit assistant. His name is Calrack. Anyways, he's going to showcase the first 15 seconds of the song for me. So, yeah, showcase it now. Go. Oops. Let's talk about this. So, basically, I'm not a songwriter or anything, or someone who makes music for a living, but I think one thing that's kind of important is to have a decent beginning, or a hook, if you will. This song doesn't have a hook. This song has garbage for the first 15 seconds of the song. Actual audible garbage. If you were to, let's say, shuffle through your iPod library and this song came on, it would be incredibly jarring. This wouldn't make me want to listen to the song, Alex. It's a deterrent, pretty much. You're asking what's wrong with Pokemon, but I have to ask, what the hell is wrong with you?
I remember when there were only 150 of you. Well, technically 151 if you are counting Mew.
Okay, dude, seriously, why would you confuse people like that? When anyone ever talks about the first generation, they think of the original 151. They never think of the original 150. And if I was someone who didn't know Pokemon at the time, wouldn't this be confusing? It's like, oh, okay, there's 150 Pokemon. Also, there's this extra one if you're counting this specific character. It's just like, Alex, what are you trying to do exactly?
But I digress, I guess I spent the best years of my little life surfing Cinnabar Island to get 126 revives.
Okay, so for people uninitiated, he's talking about the Missing No glitch, probably one of the most infamous glitches in all of video gaming, not just Pokemon. But, why are we trying to remember a glitch as some kind of amazing intentional feature? Which it wasn't, and, as someone who was born in the digital age and will probably die when NFTs actually have a use, how the hell did you figure this out? Like, I just like, a lot of the stuff on the internet back in the day wasn't very reliable. So how the hell did you actually figure out this glitch's existence? And of course, why revives? I mean, there's so many things in like Gen 1 where you can duplicate. You know, you got Master Balls, Rare Candies, Big Nuggets, Max Revives. Yeah, there's Max Revives in the game. Why do you care about the regular revives? Like, it doesn't make any sense, dude. Come on.
And I miss the Pokemon Center.
Yes, because I definitely remember the Pokemon game where they completely removed Pokemon centers. Great job, Alex. Like, what kind of sense are you talking about? Even Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness had Pokemon centers. It's just like removing an entire, like, thing. It's like, oh, okay, so we're gonna make a new Mario game, but with removing all the power-ups. It's just like, what are you talking about? They've never done that before, okay? They never had a main series Pokemon game without Pokemon centers. Like, come on, dude. Also, I love the fact that he printed out screenshots from, like, Visual Boy Advance and then threw it into his crap Pokemon song. Like, if these are supposed to be back from the 90s or whatever, why don't they look like you took a picture of them with, like, a Polaroid?
I miss its music too. And the way that Snorlax looked like Lapras on water.
Originally, I was going to talk about how, in context of the world of Pokemon, you could mistake a Snorlax and a Lapras when surfing and all that, but really what he's talking about is just the stupid little sprite. He's talking about sprite limitations, because they can't just show all the Pokemon that are able to surf in that game. Which, to my knowledge, they didn't do the black circle thing up until Gen 3. But it's like, again, why are you fondly remembering this? I mean, and not only that, Snorlax is not the most interesting Pokemon that can learn Surf. For instance, how about a Pokemon that's 4 times weak to it?
Pokemon, what happened to you?
We are only 1 minute in, folks. Strap yourselves in, it's not going to get easier.
In the old days, you only got one form of every kind.
Okay, what exactly is he complaining about here? I've listened to this song multiple times throughout countless years. I have no clue what this guy's talking about. Is he talking about, like, branch evolutions? Because that's a very specific thing to complain about. Oh, I can't believe that Gloom can evolve not only to Blossom, but also Vileplume. You have ruined Pokemon for everyone. Imagine if fucking this guy saw Mega Evolutions, or God forbid the regional forms.
I could name all the gym leaders, didn't even have to try.
Yeah, you want to know onto why Pokemon Generation 1 is better than fucking Sun and Moon? Well, you can't name any of the gym leaders in that game. So obviously, Gen 1 is superior. It's almost like, I don't know, 2 of the gym leaders were like the most iconic characters in the anime. Like, come on, dude. And yes, by the way, I can name all the gym leaders of my favorite generation, Gen 2. But that doesn't mean that it's the best of all time. That doesn't make any sense. And like I said, Gen 1 is obviously infinitely more iconic. So, like, what's your point here exactly? That's gonna be this entire song, isn't it?
But now you've shown me Team Galactic and Dark and Steel and Eggs.
Okay, so one more time. I'm not a songwriter, but why the 3 ands? And Dark and Steel and Eggs? Like, come on, dude. You couldn't have just done Dark, Steel, and Eggs. It still would have flowed nicely, you know. Now you show me Team Galactic, Dark, Steel, and Eggs. Like, that sounds okay. Why'd you go and Dark and Steel and Eggs? Especially in a song where you're not even rhyming in the first place.
Oh, I want my red and blue back when Ditto wasn't used for sex.
And the paw on the monkey hand curls, inconveniencing many a player, especially competitive breeders.
And I miss the cycling road. Don't you know?
Oh boy, here we go. The major tangents right here, folks. Okay, so to explain this, I'm gonna have to take you a little bit of a tour through the first 5 generations, because that's when the song was released, essentially. Obviously, in Generation 1, there was a cycling road that basically you went down. Whoa, how cool. And obviously, it wouldn't be mentioned if this wasn't inside the original game. Then we got Johto, which is the debatable if it actually does have a cycling road, since it just reuses the Kanto cycling road. But I still consider the game to have a cycling road. In Ruby and Sapphire, not only do we have the Fire Red Leaf Green remake, we also have whatever the hell this is. Apparently, this is a cycling road. And of course, in Gen 4, we have not only Heart Gold Soul Silver, which, again, debatably has a cycling road, and, of course, we got Diamond and Pearl's Route 206, which is probably the most modern cycling road that we currently have. Now, it is true that Black and White did not have a cycling road. The best it had was Two Blind Bridge and Route 9. But, here's the thing. Out of all the research that I could do for this, all my evidence led to the song coming out in 2010. Meaning, at the time, the most latest Pokemon game was Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Meaning, what I'm trying to say here is that this guy has absolutely no basis, as every single Pokemon game up until this point has had a cycling road in one way, shape, or form. Even this including the remakes. Basically, this guy has absolutely no clue what he's talking about, and a little bit of research would have made this definitely better, okay? Just do your research, that's all I'm asking for.
I miss the music too.
And you already made that point, you can't make it again.
And I can't believe you used to be in black and white. Pokemon, what happened to you? Now Legendary means nothing to me.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Because one-of-a-kind creatures add up to over 30.
Oh my god, he's bringing up a point that I agree with. Ah, it's the end of days! Run! But yeah, I've never really enjoyed the Legendaries, especially because, like, every Pokemon game's box art Legendary is always just like an OU or an Ubers or whatever. It's just, I don't know, I don't like them, especially because you can't breed them in order to actually make them perfect. You have to encounter them in the story, and then you gotta also make sure you don't screw up with their EVs and IVs and crap like that. And fun fact, the best part about the Dex cut was removing all those legendary Pokemon, since they also outshine all the normal Pokemon. And that was great! Until the Crown Tundra just brought them all back. Ah! Seriously, screw you. But yeah, he's actually starting to make a decent point. Alright, cool, I'll give you that one, out of, like, what, how many points have we talked about so far? Well, whatever, just don't screw it up, okay? Yeah, things will just be great.
And I only want 3 choices for my EV.
And you blew it. You blew it completely out of the water. Granted, Jolteon is my favorite evolution, but... dude, come on. Like, come on, dude.
I don't want a rival if his name is not Gary.
Not only is that an incredibly condescending remark, none of the rivals' names are Gary. In fact, that guy's name is Blue. He's not Gary. Here's a side-by-side comparison. Yeah, they look the same, but Gary was the name of the rival in the anime.
How the hell do you pronounce Suicune, Suicide, Suicune? I don't know.
Dude, come on, you had it right the first time. I've literally never heard Suicune being referred to as Suicide. Like, come on, dude. If you wanted a Pokemon from a later generation that people didn't know how to actually pronounce, how about Rayquaza? What about Arceus? Like, there's so much political discourse over exactly how to pronounce those two Pokemon alone that, honestly, you could have chosen them and not Suicune.
I miss holding down the B button because I thought it made it easier.
Yeah, guys, Generation 1 was so great. You want to know another reason onto why it was? Okay, I heard an urban legend that if you hold down a specific button, it's easier to catch Pokemon. And guess what? That wasn't the case. That's why it's better than fucking Black and White.
I'm surfing to the truck and using strength to try and move it.
Wait, this is the same argument as the Missing No glitch.
I miss watching my Charmander evolve into a Charmeleon.
And now you're trying to repeat things that you've already said. Like, come on, dude. Those were 3 different things that you've already mentioned in this video alone. I'm surprised.
I won't accept your leaf green, they'll always be red and blue to me.
Even though that Pokemon Green was the original version, with the Japanese Pokemon Blue being, you know what, who really gives a shit at this point?
Yesterday, I dreamt I was surrounded by unknown. They spelled the words "we're sorry" on behalf of Nintendo.
Okay, so I'm going to take you literally here, because while it does say "we're sorry" in this stupid music video, "we're sorry on behalf of Nintendo" is 28 letters, not even including unknown exclamation point. But like where were you sleeping anyway for all these unknown to appear anyway? The Ruins of Alph? Even more so, in a song all about how Gen 1 is the greatest thing to ever exist in the history of anything ever, why are you mentioning unknown? Oh, because it's the letter Pokemon. Freaking A, man.
We don't get poffins either, and super contests are so-so.
Okay, another thing I kind of agree with, because the contest mechanic was just kind of okay, and not...
And the Pokédex was fine, it didn't need a radio.
Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Tell me you haven't played Gen 2 Pokemon without telling me you haven't played Gen 2 Pokemon. Because, like, dude, seriously? These 2 devices are completely different. Why else do you start the game with the Pokegear and not the Pokedex? Why do we have to go to Mr. Pokemon in that case? What, just to activate it? No, that's not the case. Because we don't actually have it. And, by the way, the concept art for both of these objects are completely separate. Even in Gen 2 and in Gen 4. Again, doing research on this shit would make sense. Especially because this is like, what, the first 20 minutes of the game? Like, come on, Alex.
And I miss the Team Rocket hideout.
Sure, Alex.
And I miss the music too.
Dude, can you shut up about the music? We get it, you miss it. Fucking A. Also, by the way, spoiler alert for the next thing. This next thing that he says convinces me that this guy is not human. He's an absolute alien.
And why have shinies if they're so impossible to find?
Why do you think that diamonds are so rare and valuable? Why do you think people care about collecting animation cells? Why do you think that a bunch of Americans from across the entire half of the country came over to California to have a chance for mining for gold? Because the shit is rare. And rare shit is always good to have. And always good to flex on people, and always good to have, because it could be valuable at some point. Yeah, shiny Pokemon aren't really the greatest example of all this kind of stuff, because they are so worthless, honestly. But even so, the whole thing with Pokemon is the personality, and that adds a lot of personality, having the Pokemon be rare as hell.
Pokemon, what happened to you? Pokemon, what happened to you? And I'll never again experience that joy of mine, because you are incompatible with my brand new DSi.
Okay, so basically, first off, why can't you re-experience Pokemon? Yeah, I understand that you burned all the stuff in the actual video, but you know what? Guess what? Fuck you. You want to know why? Because your channel got deleted. It took me forever to find this video again. And it just was like, dude, if I didn't have the video, then I wouldn't understand some of the shit that you're saying, particularly about this. Why can't you re-experience the Pokemon games at that point? And why did you even burn them in the first place? Secondly, that's a DS Lite, not a DSi. I should know. Thirdly, why did your Game Boy turn into a DS Lite? That's a miracle if I've ever heard one. And, of course, fourthly, You do realize that even the DS Lite and the regular DS can't play Game Boy games, right? Right, Alex? Well, then again, knowing him, I'm assuming he doesn't know that shoelaces exist. Alright, so that's basically the end of the video. There is like another minute or so, but it's a completely worthless bullshit. Like a tour that happened 12 years ago on a separate continent that I have no chance of accidentally stumbling into to see him. A merch plug for merchandise that was already landfill by the time it exited. And a pointless subscriber war that doesn't matter anymore considering the fact that his channel is now deleted. So yeah, in conclusion, I hope you now understand onto why I wanted to talk about this song for many a year. This guy gets so much crap wrong, and is just, oh my god. Some of the things he says is just not fun at all. And like, the thing is that, again, research. That's kind of important if you're gonna make a song about, like, dissing something. At least research your points, and try and adapt to make it work for you. But you're just all like, I missed the cycling road, even though that, like, 3 of the 4 generations already had a cycling road. If of course, you don't consider Gen 2's existence. But yeah, otherwise, I've run out of things and stuff to talk about. Subscribe if you want. Thank you for watching to the very end, and I'll see you all next time when I have more things and stuff to talk about.